Welcome. This is a free, short yoga flow that you can use every day that's going to work your body, your breath and your mind and just set you up for a really good day. Should be accessible for most people, but feel free to leave out some of the postures if they don't feel right for you. What you're going to do is start standing, feet about shoulder distance, and bring yourself into a nice tall standing posture, relaxing your shoulders down, growing taller out of your spine. And we'll come to close the eyes. Bring your attention inwards and start to breathe a little bit deeper and a little bit slower. Just use this chance to slow down and tune in to where you're at today. At the start of the practice, it can be nice to breathe in through the nose and out through pursed lips. We can start to move the body with the breath, first by lifting the toes up as we breathe in, and just connecting the toes to the floor as we breathe out. Being mindful not to rush this movement. Breathing out to connect the toes to the floor, and breathing in to lift the toes off the floor. Such a simple way to meditate and bring our awareness into our body. And we can move the hands as well. So we'll lift the toes up and just reach the fingers back, open the chest. And as we breathe out, make a fist, round it over and connect the toes to the floor. Let's just do this 2 more times. As we breathe out, we make a fist, we connect the toes to the floor. As we breathe in, we open the palm, lift the toes, and then connect the toes and make a fist. Already you probably feel a little bit more connected to your body, and we can continue this movement with the breath by inhaling the arms up and exhaling the hands down. We'll do the same again, lifting the arms up, but now lifting the toes up off the floor. Seeing how slow and mindful we can make these movements. Just one more time in this way, lifting the toes up and lifting the arms up as we breathe in. One final time, just to rise the arms up. And as you breathe out now, your first forward fold. Little bend in the knees, reaching down to the floor. And then when you're there, make a few natural movements that feel good for you. You might want to bring one knee straight and then the other. You might want to walk your hands around to one side and the next. Still being very aware of your breathing and using your breath to release the tension that we build up in the back of the body. And then maybe we can bring ourselves to the center. We can either have our hands to our elbows or into the back of the head. And taking a moment to breathe and relax here. Next inhalation, let's just wake up the muscles we've just stretched, lifting the spine up, kicking the bum back, shoulders back. And then exhale, we'll bring our hands down to the floor and bring our knees down as well. Starting to mobilize our spine, getting the hands connected to the floor underneath the shoulders, knees below the hips. We can inhale, arch the spine. And exhale, squeeze the tailbone under, around the spine, pushing the mid back to the sky. As we breathe in, we can arch the spine. And as we breathe out, rounding. It might feel nice to have your eyes closed and you'll experience a bit more in your body, and maybe you can encourage more areas of the spine which need more movement. Let's enjoy another 2 rounds of this breath with movement. Cat-cow. We can now bring ourselves up to high kneeling, And we're going to rise the arms up again, but turn the palms outwards, bringing the palms to face back and lift the chest up. As long as there's no discomfort in the back, we can relax the shoulders down, bring our gaze upwards and breathe for 2 rounds here. This motion can really help increase our breath capacity and lift our spirit. Breathing out, we can bring our hands down. And we'll bring the right foot to the front of the mat, to the outer edge of the right hand. You might want to make a little shuffle with your foot and your left knee to get yourself into this lizard lunge position. We can take a breath or two just to relax the chest down. Maybe some of you can bring the forearms to the ground. Maybe our hands are under our chest on the floor. And we're just getting used to that feeling in the right hip. We can now take some movement, opening our spine, opening our chest. As we breathe in, we rise the right arm up. And as we breathe out, we're going to thread that right arm through the hole between the left hand and the left knee. Number 2, breathing in. Breathing out. To thread the needle. One more time, breathing in. And breathing out to bring the hand in between the hole we've just made. Bring our hands onto our knee and walk the right foot in line with the right hip. Start to push the knee away and lift the chest up. Move the hips forward and down, bring the shoulders away from the ears. A breath to settle here, and then a breath in to rise the arms up again. We'll breathe out to bring the hands down. We'll breathe in to kick the back toe under, and a breath out to rise off the back knee. Steady yourself onto your feet, and then we're going to rise up and feel strong in our lunge. 3 breaths here, making sure the knee's traveling over the toes. We've got rid of the bend in the back knee, and we're squeezing the tailbone under, so we're getting a nice stretch in the front of the left hip. Our last inhalation we use to reach up even taller, and our exhalation we use to bring the hands down. Maybe the right foot goes back, we touch the knee down, and we lower ourselves all the way down to the floor. As we breathe in, we can just wake up the back muscles, hover the arms. Take a breath here, and as we breathe out, hands come down, and as we breathe in next, we can push a little bit stronger into a full up dog. Soft bend in the elbows, shoulders away from the ears, and we come back to a tabletop. Left foot goes to the outer edge of the left hand. Make all the shuffles you need to make the posture work for you. The hips move down, we surrender to the hip stretch for a breath before we start to mobilize and inhale the left arm up and exhale the left hand through the hole we've made. Number 2, inhale and exhale. We move this lizard lunge now into a normal low lunge, moving into a crescent pose with the hands on the knee. I always like to practice this posture like this before I then rise the arms up, giving the hips and the lower back a chance to get used to this shape. Inhaling the arms up and then exhaling the hands down. Curl the back toes, start to bring your weight into your feet, and then when you're ready, inhaling the arms up. Exhale, you find that strength in this standing posture. Push through the back leg. Good bend in the left knee, looking forward. 2. Controlling the breathing. And 1. We can bring the hands down. Maybe the knee comes down, or maybe we keep the knee up and we can bring the left leg straight back. We can lower down through chaturanga, or we can touch the knees first to bring ourselves all the way back down to the floor. Hands come underneath the shoulders, push your way into this back bend as we breathe in. And then as we breathe out, we can come into a poppy pose with our knees staying at 90 degrees and the arms reaching to either corner of the mat, and we connect the forehead to the mat. Relax the shoulders down, encourage the back to arch, opening through the chest and the armpit. For any of you desk workers, this is your antidote. Just opening through the front of the body, allowing the chest to melt to the floor. When you're ready, we can wake ourselves back up, come into a plank position, and we're going to come in and out of down dog. As we breathe out, we can push back, bring a little bend into the knees, And as we breathe in, we come back into the plank, feeling strong in our shoulders. 3. Number 2, we're going to push back, pushing the heels back. Inhaling forward. And 1. On this one, we're going to hold, feeling the stretch in the back of the calves, letting the heels drop down, turning the tailbone upwards, straightening through the elbows, pushing the chest towards the knees, and controlling the breath. Last full breath here, and then we can walk our feet towards our hands, staying folded, returning back to this forward fold that we started with. Let's do a few undulations of the spine. We're going to lift up as we breathe in, and as we breathe out, we can fold. Breathing in, just feeling the spine lift. Breathing out, folding a little bit deeper each time. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. This time we're going to come halfway. As you've done, exhale the hands to the waist. On your inhale with a strong spine, bring yourself all the way up. And we return back to this starting position, Tadasana, mountain posture. To conclude this practice, we're going to come into a chair posture. So our knees are going to travel over our toes. We're going to rise the arms up, sitting into a chair. For 3. Breathing with control. 2. Last breath. And as you breathe out, the palms can touch in front of your chest. We can bring a stretch into the forearms, the shoulders away from the ears. And I invite you to close your eyes and just take 3 very slow, mindful breaths. Noticing the speed, the depth, the ease of the breath. Notice how this sequence has impacted you, how your body feels now, how your breath feels, and hopefully we're in a more clear state of mind. Thank you for practicing with me, and I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day.